Support workers and carers, welcome aboard. I've been writing some books and some information for you for the last so many years. And one of the reason I've been doing this is I've been watching you guys do some amazing work. And what I've found is the interruptions you guys get is slowing you down. And these interruptions are just part of daily living. And they're not to be slowing you down deliberately. They're just times when voice assistant or voice control could have done the work for you and you could have kept doing what you're doing to lift your productivity and get the job done. I think you guys are doing an amazing job. And my work here in doing voice controlled systems and the virtual assistant programming and stuff is really to help you guys better work with clients and help them out. Whether you call yourself a carer or support worker or personal support worker or whatever, the key is you're trying to help someone's life. And with voice control, what I've found is actually making people feel more independent if they do have a disability. How this works, and I'm going to give you a simple scenario, and this simple scenario is just in the point of a smart light globe that's connected to a voice controller. Now, why that's good for you, from what I've seen, is someone will be doing the laundry or they're washing the floors, and the client needs light because they're changing a bag or something, or they need some light in the room. So they request you to pause what you're doing, put everything aside, and then go and help them out, turn the light on, and then make sure they're okay, and then you have to go back to what you're doing. Now, that little rumble there where you have to put a break in there, pause what you're doing, as you know, with all this PPE gear and stuff like that, can be quite dramatic. It's actually easier to set up a voice control light globe. One of the things you've seen that online they say it's really easy to set up, and they set it up, but the problem is the underlying software isn't set up properly, so you can just add more stuff onto it. It's a bit, the time taken to discover and get everything working and voice match it and get it working can be a little bit of a pain in the neck and is not considered important in most cases. But you and I both know that having something do some of the work for you. Now, you could think of the hygiene implications for a voice control globe. So you've got all these different support workers touching the light switches and stuff like that, or without gear and spreading. If you can say just turn on the light, then that stops hygiene issues as well. So it is reducing risk, and maybe be a small risk, but it's still risk. And so what the goal is I'm trying to help you with my books and my writings is either you're going to find information, do it yourself, and understand the bigger perspective. Secondly, you might want someone to do it for you, or you want to have someone in this person's life that's what they come and check on every now and then, or whatever you want to do every time you want to add something. So once the software is done right and it's got security measures on it that are correct, then you add the layer of the bulbs, and then you add the layer of what I've done is I've got a button on, it's called a finger bot, and all it does is press a button on the wall to unlock the front door. So things like this can really make it a dynamic lift in independence. So that person can actually turn lights on through their house, turn lights off, even if they're stuck in bed. It's really a bit of a change to consider this, because it is assisting the client and it's assisting the support workers to do their job better and allow you to do the work you do so well. So all I'm asking, and this is a bit of a long video, is to take your time, have a look through my stuff. If you like the storybook approach, I've written you some books for that. And they're more like, meaning storybook, not kids, but more just like to give you the picture of the different outcomes and the different things you can add to all that. Once you get your head around that as a story, it might motivate you to be able to help someone out in really easy fashion. Make sure it's compatible, make sure the considerations of the client are important, and everything else you can do to make it as easy as possible. So please meander around my stuff. You'll find that there's a whole heap of videos there for some stuff that are some equipment. Then you'll find a whole heap of blogs. And then if you want really a detailed sort of approach, there's books in there. I've tried to write from the story type approach all the way through to case studies with a story in them to give you an outcome picture, and then how I've done it. And then I've done some how-to books. And then again, I've done really technical guides. So I'm trying to find out what you guys want. I know it can be hard, but it's a job worth doing, because you can imagine someone can unlock the door with their voice, or see who's out the front and accept a delivery, or let someone in. It can be really quite profound if they've been in bed for a long time, or they're unable to get to the door in time. I'm finding we can reduce double booking on medical appointments. We can make sure there's time to get things done. We can help people visualize things better. So please take the time to have a look through my stuff. If there's something you like, great. Please understand that I haven't been able to do everything perfectly structured, because what I've discovered is the work I do is very messy, and no client is the same. So when people look at averages, on average, most people need this. Well, you go in there, once you're in there and you're doing what I can do, and you've got the ability to add all sorts of other technology to it, it's not a straight cut thing. So I've been re-editing these documents, trying to make it easier for you guys to understand. And I just got myself into such a bind that I haven't been able to share them. So have a look. If you like them, great. I put a lot of time into them. I've tried to correct everything I can. If you find something that's a bit thing, just say something and I'm happy to adjust it. But for the moment, I'm just trying to share as much stuff as I can. I've changed the names to as appropriate. And really, I've just gone through the stuff I'm doing, created a case study and created a story out of it. I have used a little bit of AI to make my stories a little bit more readable, because as you imagine, I'm a tech guy. Things come out a bit bland. Anyway, I hope you find something in the information I've shared that helps you get inspired to help other people, because the off-the-shelf stuff at the moment is amazing, and it just needs interconnection stuff. So some of the videos I'm sharing as well are bits and pieces of things, because I'm splitting it up. I do a long video, then I split it up, because I think there's something that might help you just have an aha moment and be able to fix something. So anyway, welcome aboard, and I hope I can help you, and I hope you enjoy the journey and work with me to try and create better spaces for people and more independence. I wish you all the best.